We are here at Jerry's Foods in Sanibel, Florida. Sanibel has two grocery stores, Jerry's and Bailey's. This trip we went to Jerry's. I prefer Jerry's over Bailey's. Nothing wrong with Bailey's. It's just got more of a five and dime feel. They have tons of souvenir stuff, other stuff besides groceries. Jerry's is 95% groceries. They do have a couple like souvenir. They have an aisle of beach stuff, and they do have a couple souvenirs, but for the most part it's groceries. Right there to the right you see those green and brown boxes. That is Norman Love chocolate. I wish I would have focused on it. I didn't. Norman Love chocolate is a chocolatier based in Fort Myers. It's an awesome company. I love their chocolate. Robert orders it for me pretty much every special occasion. They ship to St. Louis in cooler bags. Always get the chocolate in perfect condition. So if you're into chocolate, definitely pick up some Norman Love chocolate when you're in Sanibel. It is the best. And then we do pick up a couple items. We've already done our grocery shopping for this trip at a Publix in Fort Myers, but as usual I forgot a couple things, and so I decided let's go to Jerry's, do a walkthrough, so if anyone's interested to see what this grocery store looks like, and also just to pick up a couple items. As you can see, this grocery store is pretty deserted. It is at the end of May 2020 when I record this video. Sanibel just recently reopened their hotels, and so the tourists are starting to come back in. If you've been watching the news, you know the world is in a pandemic right now, and so Sanibel's hotels have been closed for 3 months, and now they're starting to open back up. We flew into Orlando and decided to drive down to Sanibel for a couple days. Right here I'm picking up a cream horn. I love cream horns. Jerry's has a very good selection of pretty much everything. It is a normal grocery store. I feel like it's the grocery store that the locals go to. Price-wise, I can't really give you a comparison. Honestly, when I shop, I'm not always budget conscious, so I can't like tell you like bread here is $1.99 when it's at home $1.29. I don't know. Can't tell you that. If you are budget conscious, of course, you can always go to Walmart in Fort Myers. I think this grocery store is pretty average. I don't think the prices are outrageous. I think the locals wouldn't be going here if the prices were outrageous. So I'm going to just assume the prices are average, if not a little above average. But it is a typical grocery store. It's got everything you need. And most people are wearing face masks. I only saw a couple people not wearing face masks. There wasn't a sign on the door that said you had to wear a face mask. Some Facebook group mentioned that you had, but it doesn't matter. Pretty much the whole world has agreed that you can't make people wear face masks, but you really should wear a face mask. So anyway, I'm looking for a dip mixture because I had bought sour cream at Publix and I had brought some dip mix from home. Well, I thought I had brought some dip mix at home. I accidentally grabbed taco seasoning instead of Fiesta Ranch dip, and so you can't really make dip out of taco seasoning. Or maybe you can. I'm not willing to try it. So anyway, in St. Louis, we have Fiesta Ranch dip mix. It's awesome. I guess it's regional because I don't see it here. I don't even see like a normal ranch Fiesta in a bottle. So I'm kind of bummed. So there's always something I do wrong on vacation. So yeah, this trip I grabbed the wrong item. So Robert is looking in a different aisle for dried onion soup mix. That is another great dip. Just take a packet of dried onion soup mix it with sour cream, and you have a great like onion dip. Right now I'm looking at the pickles because at Publix we had picked up hot dogs and sandwich meat, and so I just wanted a jar of pickles. So on Sanibel, majority of the hotel rooms have kitchenettes. They have a fridge, they have a refrigerator, they have a microwave. So it makes it very easy on a trip to Sanibel to eat in your room if you desire. We normally eat out a lot. And the restaurants here are allowed 50% capacity, but we really wanted to maintain social distancing. We didn't know what it was going to be like with this place just opening, and so we decided to eat in our room as much as possible. It's the first time we've ever done this on vacation, and I will honestly say it is the last time we will ever do this on vacation. Budget-wise, we ended up only spending $80 on food for the whole week, when normally we can eat out at lunch for $50, and that's just one lunch. So budget-wise, it is a good idea to eat in your room, but for us personally, it didn't really feel like vacation. It didn't really feel like a getaway, because we were eating in our room. So for everyone who does that on vacation, that's, great. I did that as a kid. Robert did that as a kid, but we did that growing up because you didn't really have that many restaurant choices. Like now, there's just like tons of restaurants. So next trip, we will not be eating in our room. We will go out every lunch and dinner. We actually already rebooked for Sanibel. We are coming for New Year's. We just love Sanibel. I had another video, someone commented, how often do we come to Sanibel? I would say 2 to 3 times a year. Remember, I'm from St. Louis. We have an airport in St. Louis. It is a easy 2-hour flight to Orlando. Normally we fly into Fort Myers, and it's only 2.5 hours to fly into Fort Myers. We flew into Orlando this trip because it was a trip that was originally based in Orlando, and so the whole going to Sanibel was a last minute thing because the original trip got changed because of the pandemic. And so normally the ideal situation, fly into Fort Myers if you want to go to Sanibel. Going from Orlando, it was a 3.5 hour drive. Anyway, as you can see, there's like a snack aisle. There's just everything you could possibly need. And I think I mentioned they do have one aisle of beach stuff, like if you need a beach ball, you need a beach towel, a floaty, sunscreen, a shell bag, everything you could need beach-wise. They have a whole aisle for that. Other than that, it is like a regular grocery store, a really nice grocery store. I'm very impressed with this grocery store. Very clean, not overly crowded. I think that's the problem I have with Bailey's. Bailey's has tons of stuff. The aisles are a lot closer together. It's just got more of a 5 and dime feel. It gets a little too crowded. But yeah, I've been here where it's been pretty busy. It is not crowded right now because of the pandemic. But they did a great job keeping everything clean. So you see these little bins. The reason those bins are here is because this grocery store is on a 2nd level, and they have a parking garage underneath. So for the locals or anyone who gets a whole bunch of groceries, they'll put your stuff in these bins, and somehow they have an elevator or conveyor belt that takes it downstairs. I've never done it, I don't know, but that's what those bins are about. So this Jerry's is in a shopping complex. So if you're in Sanibel and you like to shop, when you go to Jerry's, like there's also like a clothing store right next door, there's a coffee shop, there's ice cream, tourist souvenir shops, so it is a really neat complex. Right now I'm looking at ice cream. I'm trying to see if they have any local ice cream. I like to try local ice creams. I think that Queens is the only one I saw. The rest of this ice cream aisle is like typical mainstream brands of ice cream. So going back to Jerry's and the location, it's on the 2nd floor, and they have bird cages right outside. They have like birds, parrots, just all kinds of birds. It's pretty cool. You can just like walk around and window shop in this whole complex. I really like it. It is definitely one of our favorite things to do when we're in Sanibel for shopping wise. If you just want to shop, and then you can get some ice cream and walk around and look at the birds and look at all the different shops and stuff. So it definitely feels a little weird right now how it's so not crowded whatsoever. And I think some of the shops were just allowed to open this week. There's my husband in his mask. When we were eating lunch outside at our hotel, we heard someone eavesdropping that his wife works at one of the boutiques, and she only had like 4 customers in one day, and so she didn't know what she was going to do. So it's a tough time for Sanibel. So people are coming to Sanibel, but they're not shopping. They're just going to the beach. And so I end up getting this Queenie's chocolate ice cream. Since I am doing this voiceover after the trip when I got home, I will tell you this ice cream was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it. And then Robert wanted a typical Toll House cookie. So as you can see, we just have a couple things, some cheese, some pickles, the French onion dip, and yeah, Parmesan cheese. I just wanted to show you, look at that cute little travel bottle. And then he wanted some pepper jack cheese. Okay, so they do have the social distancing markers on the ground, the little X's of where not to stand, and, you know, just reminding everyone to be 6 feet apart from each other. Here are some shell bags. So anyway, that is Jerry's, a very good grocery store. It has everything you need in Sanibel.